This is my blueberry patch, or at least it will be by the end of this video. I've spent an entire season preparing this soil. I started here with a huge concrete pile, which I honestly thought I'd never get rid of, but it's gone, and then I've been amending the soil ever since. I cover cropped the entire area with mustard, broccoli and beans. And even though I terminated the mustard, we actually still have it keep coming up, so we're going to get rid of that today. But I will keep a couple of these broccoli plants because why not? It's like having free food. But since a lot of them came up and they did their job, I have transplanted them to another part of the garden so we can enjoy some broccoli down the track. The challenging thing about blueberry plants is they require a lower pH than what I've currently got in my soil. So I've bought in some soil amendments to try to lower the pH. I've got peat moss, an azalea and rose mix, and on top of this I'm going to mulch the whole thing in pine needles. But my goal today is to get the soil amended and ready, get the plants in, get it all mulched. This has been quite an expensive process. Blueberry plants are expensive and I haven't been able to get them wholesale, which I usually can with plants. The amendments are expensive, especially the peat moss. So what I'm going to do is prep this soil now, dig in the rest of these cover crops except for those 3 broccoli plants. And then once I prep the soil, I'm actually going to use these soil amendments just in the immediate area where I'm planting each bush. As you can see here, I am chopping up all of those mustard plants to just break them up a little bit. And I'm now turning them into the soil. Ideally, you would do this and then leave it again, but I really want to get these plants in and they'll be fine. The purpose of those cover crops were just to improve the soil, and I did also put a big load of purchased compost, it was a really good one, in there as well, so I've got good soil. Done. So where we're up to now, I'm just laying the plants out. I've got different varieties. It is good to plant different varieties of blueberries in your patch. This front row is the bigger varieties. So I've got 3 powder blue just right here. And then the rest of the row are Northland. So the powder blue will grow 1 to 2 meters tall and about 1.2 meters wide. And then the Northland will do 1 to 2 meters tall and wide. They're going in this front row because there's plenty of room. There'll be a path here, and then there's a wider gap here, and my little small varieties are going in here. The small varieties are Sunshine Blue, which will grow about 1 meter wide and tall. And then I've got a couple of peach sorbets, which is really little. They're almost full grown there, 45 to 60 centimeters. Then I've got one row at the back that I think I'll wait and see what grows the best and add a 3rd row of whatever does the best. I'm happy with the layout, but I'm just not happy with the idea that they could be unevenly spaced. So that's what we're going to fix. What I've done with the spacing is I've spaced these larger varieties, the slightly larger ones, 1 meter apart, because I'm happy to have them grow into a bit of a hedge. The slightly smaller ones I think were 80 or 90 centimeters apart, and I've put them at the back, and I actually think I'm going to get rid of this middle row because I think once they grow out I'm going to need this room to move between. So I might even just wait a couple of years and see what happens here before I plant out any more and just see what happens, especially next season, because I may need that access to get around the plants, because I've got access on this side where it's open, and I'll have heaps of access on this side where there'll be a path going through, straight through here. So yeah, I mean, I could even slightly move this row over a little bit more, which I might do, and just get rid of this middle row. So I need to go and get a hammer, put a couple of pegs in, and just run a string line for that front row. But what I'm going to do now is start working on the back row. I'm going to dig the holes, drop the peat moss and the azalea mix in. I'm just trying to think how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. I've got 11 in each row. So I just need to divvy up these amendments as best I can. Set it up right the first time, and we don't have to go moving and disrupting plants down the track. What I've done is I've gone through, I've dug my holes, I've dropped in the azalea and rose potting mix to lower the pH because it's a low pH potting soil, and I've put peat moss in, which also helped lower the pH. I've dug the holes about 3 or 4 times bigger than what I actually needed. I've mixed that soil in around, and now what I'm going to do is make a hole about the size of this pot, empty them out. May need to just tease the roots a tiny bit. We just don't want any roots circling around, otherwise they're going to be root bound. There's a little worm in there already. And then this is going straight in that hole at about soil level right there. I'm planting these in autumn or fall, wherever you are. I don't want them to get too wet, so instead of creating a little trough around each plant, I will build that up once summer comes so it can maintain some moisture. I'm just letting it fall away so that the moisture can fall away from that soil in case we have a very wet winter. After I finish planting everything, we're going to come back and mulch the rows with the pine needles because they also help to lower pH. And then in the pathways, it'll just be wood chips. So probably pine wood chips, which won't do too much. It'll just suppress the weeds. So I'm going to go through, plant out all of these plants. As I was spreading out these pine needles, I noticed these little tiny flying things sort of escaping everywhere. It turns out they're pine needle moths, and they feed on the pine needles and the little shoots on pines and conifers. And considering we have a number of pines and conifers on our property, we just thought we better get on top of it now. And you can see that spray bottle behind Moroni there. He's made up a mix of pyrethrum spray. And very interestingly, pyrethrum is made from chrysanthemums, and we have our chrysanthemum row right behind this garden. It was kind of like a nice little, a nice little nod to the rest of the garden. But yeah, we thought better to keep on top of this now rather than let a potential infestation go through our property. So there you have it, a beautiful blueberry patch. Blueberries take 8 to 10 years to reach full maturity, but in a few years we'll be picking lots of fruit and really enjoying the fruits of our labours. And some of the things we do in the garden are just very long range projects, and the quicker you get them in, the better. I hope you've learnt some little tips and tricks from this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.